slips. Our third speaker is Toastmaster Tim Ricke. Tim stepped in just a few moments ago. He was not scheduled to be a speaker. Please welcome Tim Ricke with his speech titled Zero Defects, 3 Steps.
That's a pause with it. I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you because this can make all the difference in a business. Can you really achieve 0 defects in a business?
No.
Well, let's see. Many years ago when I first started Tidy Maid, my maid service, we were having quality problems. First of all, there was no one to call on because no one had started a maid service in a team system. I was the first one to do that in Florida. So there was chaos. And then at the visit of my Rotary Club from the Philip Crosby Quality College. Does anybody know who Philip Crosby is in the room? Okay, there's a few of us. Yeah, you got to be a certain age to know who that is. Philip was also a Toastmaster, but he was the man that got the Rockets to actually leave the Cape back in the early 60s when they were falling over. He became world famous. But one of his presenters was at my Rotary Club, talked about 0 defects. So I went to see him, and I signed up for the school. Now here's the question, how can you have teams of people in the field cleaning homes? You don't see them all day. Every house is different, and every family is different. How in the world do you achieve 0 defects? So I took the classes, it was 2 days, it was $2,000, there's a whole story behind that, but that's a 3-hour seminar and I've only got 6 minutes left. So what happens is when I finish the school, I'm on my way home and go back to the office and I think of 3 questions I can ask my clients that maybe can get me on that path. Write these down, they're important for your business. 1, call each customer and ask them this, the current customers. What more can I do for you? 2, what less can I do for you? And 3, what can I change for you? I called each customer, I offered them a discount if they'd give me 5 minutes on the phone. And they all did. Now I take that list and I compile them into one bunch of things they'd like done in their home. I turn it over to the team of employees doing the work. I don't know, but they do it, they're in the field. Here's the time constraint, and here's the amount of money we have to do this. We're going to charge the customer. What can we do or not do? That team turns it back to me. I gave it to another team, and a third team. None of them know any about each other. Now I've got a list of pretty much what can be done. Then I send it through again and ask them to write it in the order it should be done. There were 3 categories. First category was kitchen, second bathroom, and 3 the rest of the house. And what we did is made up a checklist out of that for the clients. We leave that checklist every time, checked off and signed by the person that did the room. To this day, you will not find a maid service doing that because it scares them half to death. And when I coach them, and I said, why don't you do that? Well, they're going to look at it, and you'll learn what, right? Because you're going to learn something, you're going to learn from your mistakes, but if you don't give them a way to acknowledge that, how are you going to ever learn? Now, we took that into that checklist system, and on the top was what we did, and I mentioned signed, and on the bottom, what we expected in return. And here's why. Prior to the school, I had a customer call me and say, your team was out today, and they did a lousy job. Can you come out here and look at this? And I said, yeah. He was the chief architect of a company here in town. So I go out there and he says, come in here. He says, you see those pillows? So that's not the way they're supposed to be arranged. Follow me. He says, you see my kids' toys? Clothes are all on the bed. Why aren't they put away? And then third he goes, he says, and look at this. This is the wrong sheets for this bed. So how do you solve those problems? And here's where you step into quality control. When I went to the school and I came back, I realized, does this cost me money? And I just took the cancellations, 1 or 2 a week, and did the numbers for the whole year. It was thousands of dollars. So how do you stop that? We confirmed every appointment. So on the bottom of the checklist, what we expected in return. 1, if we have confirmed your appointment, and we will, there's a $35 fee if we can't get in to do the house. Another one was, please have your children's clothes and toys picked up because we do not know where they go. Of course we don't, right? How would we know that? And the third one was, please put the linen on the end of the bed that what you want changed. Because, you know, I remember going out, opening the door, one of those closets, right, so, oh my God. How do you pick it out, right? You can spend an hour doing that stuff. So with the advent of those things, then return check things, all on the bottom of the checklist. So customer calls and said, do you have a contract? No. Did I? Yeah, I did actually, didn't I? But they never signed it. They saw it and they were familiar with it. Now, what's the point when they said, I said, you know, this is expensive, could you print it up glossy? It'll look really good, because I want to present it the proper image. So we stopped it for 2 weeks. Oh, I'll tell you what, that phone came off that wall, where's my checklist? We presumed it. When I sold the business, the gentleman that bought the business decided he was a printer, this has cost too much. He took that business from $500,000 down to $300,000 in 1 year and put it up for sale. The new guy comes in from Yugoslavia or into Canada, into the States. And he called me and says, can you help me get this mess straightened out? And he got it back up to volume again because he followed the system we've written for years and years and years. So the 3 steps, keep those in mind in anything you do. Can you get 0 defects? No, probably not. That'd be very rare, but boy, how close can you get? When I sold TidyMate, my complaint ratio was less than 1%. That's how well the quality got. Thank God for Philip Crosby Quality College. Years later, Phil calls me and says, I'm doing a workshop at the Student Union in UCF. Would you come out and evaluate me? And now he was 93 years old, so he gets out in the States kind of like this, you know, like Roy. And only I can do that because I'm old. And he gets up, as the day progressed, because it was an all-day workshop, at the end of the day, he's all over the place. I couldn't believe the energy it flowed, because he so believed in what he did. If you want to know a good book to read on that, it's called Quality Without Tears from Philip Crosby. It's on Amazon. Because he really could achieve that. So remember those 3 questions when you're building a business. And don't be afraid to ask your customers. They'll tell you if you ask them. Now from then, you go on and you build it. It's always in place. It becomes a system. That system's in place in another one, and another one. You're talking about quality checks with your employees. We have that every quarter with our customers. A card went out with a team every quarter, and we get back feedback and make the corrections, and it worked really well. 0 defects, 3 questions. Mr.